Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
All right, hello again, everybody, and welcome to the year-end for 2011 edition of TWITS. Joining me once again from his palatial estate just outside of Brownwood proper, Texas, the Bella Corolla Brownwood with 3 luxury sleds in the driveway, Mr. Mike Paddock. How are you, sir?
Howdy, doing fine. Like you said, good to be back in the saddle. Big time break since the last time we twitted it up.
Yeah, week 16, you know, things get busy around the year end and travel schedules and whatnot, so yeah, we've had a good almost 2-month break here, but we're back for the much anticipated, I'm sure, yearly wrap-up show.
Oh, a lot of stuff to put out today, a lot of stuff. We might go over that 15-minute time limit.
Yeah, if you're planning on watching this over your lunch break, I would just forget that and just set aside your evening. You know,
take the afternoon off.
Watch. Yeah, take the afternoon off. Take a half day. So, all right, Mike. Well, obviously the big news is we've got a new SFFL champion. Unfortunately, not me. But if it couldn't be me, you know, who else would I rather be than Mr. Tom Ewald, who secured his third SFFL championship, now trailing only Greg in that category.
Nice work, Tom. One of the original 8?
I don't believe so.
Huh?
Tom on a 6-year cycle, Mike won his first championship back in 1999 as a member of the NFC conference. Then 2005 took it as a member of the AFC conference, and 2011 once again as a member of the AFC conference.
You can set your clock by Tom's championships.
Yeah, he's 2017 is going to be a good year, I think.
It's like the Mayan calendar over there.
Yep. So congrats again to Tom. Nice work, great work in the regular season, and obviously continued that in the postseason. So
as we shall find out.
Yes. So great work there. We have also, Mike, if you go out to the site, there is a new, I had a kind of Hall of Champions, which kind of detailed very minimally kind of postseason recaps from past 17 years. But there is a new Hall of Champions out now. If you go out to the SFFL, and I believe it's under the History tab, click on the Hall of Champions, you're going to get a lot more information now. It'll give you the SFFL championships. It'll go through a year by year and give you the champions and kind of what they did throughout the year, their leading playoff scores, and then things like, what do we got here? Division titles, playoff appearances, regular season titles, points titles. So that's all out there now for all you SFFLers to enjoy. So give that a look-see.
Take a look at that over the downtime between the seasons.
Exactly. Obviously, Mike, 2012 brings in something new. It's the first year that we're not going to determine draft order by the card drawing at the summer meeting. So our 2012 draft order is set, and we'll go through that now. Bringing up the number 1 slot there will be Greg, who won the bottom 5 draft, which was really the bottom 3 draft. So Greg is in the 1 hole. Mickey in the 2 slot. Fred 3, Tim 4. Evan, who got bounced first round out of the bottom 5, will be drafting 5th. Mike, you're in the 6th slot. And then 7 through 10 will be Wayne, Thad, Jeff, and your defending champion Tom will be drafting 10th. So that's great. I get to draft right next to Tom again. I love that. So it's something new for us, having the draft order all set right now, so you can start planning what you're going to do in a little bit before June now. Mike, let's take a quick recap before we get into our record setters and award winners for 2011. Take a look, Mike, at the dog of the Week versus Chalk Talk. Mike, we got to come up with a name for this award between the two of us. But Mike, with a 9-4-1 record, compared to my 7-7, takes the title in the Dog versus Chalk.
The old dog talk.
And based upon the Week 16 matchup between the Jets and Giants, which you correctly called for the Giants, you also take Game of the Week by a game, 9-5 versus 8-6.
Woo! So I got that going for me.
Yeah, so that's good karma. Mike, tonight we have the year-end wrap-up show presented by Bell's Java Stout on the northern tier. It's a stout brewed with coffee, and it's an enchanting beer, apparently, with a dark, roasty feel to it. And it's really good. 7.5% alcohol.
Yeah, you're killing me. I wish I had some of that stuff down here.
What are you drinking?
I am going with a Texas brew out of Fort Worth, Rar & Sons Gravel Road.
Ooh.
German-style alt beer. It's a little bit lighter than what you were drinking.
Rar's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, let's break into, well, we'll call this record setters, I guess. We're going to take a look at a myriad of new hallmarks that were set in 2011. Let's start, Mike. Most conference points in 1 week, the AFC in Week 4, 338 points to set an all-time record from among 5 owners. Fred leading the way, 85. Mickey 56, Thad 62, Tim 60, and Tom 75. We also had, might want to throw this up on the screen, position player points. Just kind of interesting. LaDainian Tomlinson is the all-time leading scorer among position players in league history. He's got 1,113 SFFL points. I'll just kind of read off the top 5 here. We got Tomlinson, Randy Moss in second with 1071, T.O. 924, Marvin Harrison still holding his own 723, and Sean Alexander was 661. Potential people moving in, Adrian Peterson's in the 6th spot right now. Gonzalez is in 7, and Maurice Jones-Drew is in 10th. So those top 5 could be changing, but 10th place is about 600 behind Tomlinson, so it might be some time. Mike, quarterback points all time through 2011, so league history. The Green Bay quarterback now in the lead. 1,432 points from Packer quarterbacks over the last 17 years, usurping the Indy quarterbacks at 1,421. Place kickers in league history, Green Bay also leading that now.
Wow.
1,462 kicking points, once again taking over for the Indy kicker. Quarterback points in a week. Week 17, Mike saw 150 quarterback points scored in our league. That's good for first place all time. I'm taking a quick glance. Aaron Rodgers had 27, Stafford 26, so yet another hallmark that went down. Mike, why don't you tell us about five other ones?
Yeah, the wide receiver points. Week 2 this year set the record for most wide receiver points, 154, led by Wes Welker and Mike Thomas. What? Yeah. I wasn't led by them. Sorry, this isn't in order.
Miles Austin and Vincent Jackson with 25 and 20 respectively.
Okay, there they are. And then tight end points in a week was set in Week 3, so looks like we're going week by week here.
Yep.
70, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is the. It's not necessarily by week, but it's the week in which the record was set to get the number 1 ranking. Yeah, so for tight ends it was Week 3.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it looks like every week someone else is overperforming.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Yep. Gronkowski leading the way, of course, with 17, and then Jimmy Graham, the NFL record setter with 11, to give 79 total there.
Yep.
Place kicker points in a week was Week 4. With 94 points. Looks like it was led by, I would say, Don Bailey. with 12.
Matt Bryant had 13.
Oh, there he is. Matt Bryant with 13.
Yep.
My sorting factor's not working here.
Correct.
And the highest opening day points ever was by your eventual champion, Tom, with 83 points, kind of a foreshadowing of things to come.
Mike, that's what's known as a harbinger. Harbinger.
Yes.
All right, Mike, I'll take a look at the next 5 here. For the first time ever, we had 5 different players score 20 points in the same week. Aaron Rodgers, 27, Matthew Stafford, 26, Drew Brees, 23, Ray Rice, 21, and Michael Turner, 20. That happened in Week 17, an eventful week there.
And the ones that you read are in order on mine, too. What the heck?
I'm setting you up for failure, Mike. That's what I do. Obviously, we had 103 points from Wayne twice in back-to-back weeks. That's a most points in a week record. Wayne also in Week 14, which I believe was the second of his 103, tied the record for most bonus points in a week with 34, tying Tim and Tom from 2010. Most quarterback points in a week, Fred tied Mike, who I believe Mike Vick last year.
Yep.
33 points from Vick last year, and Fred matched that total this year. Most running back points in a week, Wayne, Sean Green, and MJD post-trade, 44 points, which tied my record from 2007 when I had Reggie Bush and Adrian Peterson.
Reggie Bush?
Look it up. All right, Mike, take a look. Let's take a look at most wide receiver points in a week. What do we have there?
Looks like I don't see anything from 2011.
You're right, that is not a 2011 record. But just so everyone knows, the record is 40 points set by Mike, 2008, Bolden and Calvin Johnson. And also Tim with T.O. and Andre Johnson in 2007. So
Correct.
that's a deep dive.
Most tight end points in a week. Week 3 saw Jermichael Finley putting up 22 for Mickey. Most bonus points in a season saw Tom putting, that's almost 20 points higher than, over 20 points higher than the record at 417. The record set the previous year at 391 by you. Most quarterback points in a season. We had the top 2 this year. We had Fred at 291 with Aaron Rodgers and Matt Schaub, and then Jeff with Drew Brees and Carson Palmer. Late season acquisition.
Yes.
And
Beating,
go ahead.
Yeah, that took over. Fred beat your previous record by 30 points when you had. You had Mike Vick and Matthew Stafford last year, apparently.
Yes, I did. Most tight end points in the season. Another 2 top ones this year knock you out of first place. Wayne with 166 with Rob Gronkowski and Ben Watson. Tom with Jimmy Graham and Ed Dixon, knocking you down to third place. Last year you had Gates, Ben Watson, Pettigrew, and Kevin Boss.
Oh yeah. All right, Mike. Let's take a look at most games with 40-plus points in a season. Previous record was 16. Greg, Jeff, Tim, and Wayne had that record last year, but Mike and Tom, all 17 weeks this year, over 40 points, 40-plus points, 40 or higher.
Nice.
Most wins by 24 points or more in a season, Wayne did that 7 times this year, taking out Mike, who had 6 back in 2009. Most points in consecutive games, obviously 206 for Wayne. Most games with 60-plus points in a season. Tom did that 11 times this year.
Woo.
11 times. Taking out Tim, who had 9 back in, just last year in 2010. And of note, consecutive weeks with 30-plus points scored. The streak came to an end this year. Mickey had gone 33 weeks from week 12 of 2009 to week 10 of this year. 30 plus points in 33 straight. So that streak came to an end this year.
Nice. We got another #1 record with SFFL combined points in a week. Week 2 saw 614 combined points from all the teams. Most matchups in history between Wayne and Tim with 39. And one I don't want to care to share, most dominant matchup in history is Greg versus me. He's leading the way at 17 wins and 5 losses for a 773 winning percentage against me. Most wins versus another owner, Mickey over Evan, 22 wins, and Greg over Evan, 22 wins. So Evan was a little bit of a whipping boy there. You want to take over for most points all time?
Yeah, let's take a look. Most points all time. We've now got 4 owners who have more than 10,000 points. The commission leading the way with 10,803. Went over 10,000 points in week 3. And most points against all time, Mike, Thad now leading the way, 10,296. He went over that mark, first one, in week 11. Let's take a look, Mike, at the most consecutive weeks with 40-plus points. Greg has, that streak came to an end. He's got 25 now, Mike, to lead the way, but you have an active streak of 22. So if you go over 40 to start the year next year, all 4 times, you'll have the new record there. Most consecutive weeks winning by 40-plus points. Wayne, the streak is actually 2, only person to do that. And he has the record at 2, set in weeks 13 and 14 of this year when he scored 103.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, Mike. So those are just a few of the notables that happened in 2011. So, Mike, let's get to everyone's favorite segment for the year-end show, the MP3 and Sando Saki 2011 awards. Mike, we're going to take a bit of an NHL theme here. You know, the NHL awards a trophy for pretty much everything. So we're going to take a page out of their book and award some of the trophies based upon their criteria. So, Mike, the Art Ross Trophy, that's awarded to generally the player who leads the league in total points at the end of the season. So we're going to go ahead and give the Art Ross Trophy this year to Tom, who came perilously close to 1,100 points, 1099 to lead the SFFL all time. So Art Ross goes to Tom.
And we have the Calder Memorial Trophy, which is awarded to the league's most outstanding rookie player, which this year is the old Texas two-step Fred and Jody Kelly from Brownwood, Texas.
That's right. Mike, the Conn Smythe, that's awarded to the most valuable player in the playoffs. That award goes to Tom Brady, who scored 46 points for yours truly in the playoffs. Wish he had scored 66, but he did not. So, but he did lead the way among all NFLers in that category. So he gets the Conn Smythe.
And the Frank J. Selke, did I pronounce that right?
You are correct.
He awarded to the forward, or so I guess the person who best excels in the defensive aspects of the game. And Wayne had only 809 points against this year, so that goes to Wayne.
Wayne gets the Selke. Hart Memorial, that's the league's MVP, and I don't think you get much of an argument from anyone. Tom led the way in the regular season with points and backed it up in the playoffs. So the much coveted Hart Memorial goes to Tom Ewald.
And the Jack Adams Award, which is awarded to the coach, a judge to have contributed the most to the team's success. We're looking at the commish right there, Jeff. He made 26 free agent moves, got himself into the playoffs, and made a run at the trophy.
All right. The King Clancy Memorial Trophy, that's Mike awarded to the player who has made noteworthy humanitarian contributions in his community. I think that's got to go to Evan. I mean, anytime you got someone who's willing to trade the leading rusher in the NFL and Percy Harvin for for Matthew Stafford and use puck bag, I think you gotta give the King Clancy to Evan.
And the NHL, or the SFFL Plus Minus Award, will go to the player with the highest plus minus statistic in the regular season, and that would be Wayne, who had almost 300 a differential of 300 between points for and points against.
Yes, a plus 268 to set the pace there. All right, Mike, so that just about wraps up our year-end show. Another quality year. If anyone has any ideas, things they'd like to see changed for next season, rules or anything, jot them down now.
Twitch segments?
Yeah, Twitch segments. Anything you want to see on the Twitch side of things? Jot them down now so that you don't forget them over the long spring break here. But next up, in terms of league procedures, I guess would be the summer meeting, Mike, coming up probably in June or July. And then, we got the SFFL draft probably about 7 months from now. So, be
hope
a bit of a break
before that.
What's that?
Hope it's a little bit before that. That'll put you into September, won't it?
No, it'll be August.
7 months? All right.
Well, approximately. Subtract a week or two. That's the RAR talking. All right, Mike. So I hope everyone has enjoyed. I don't know how many episodes of Twitch we actually got in this year, but I was probably close to 15 or 16.
Baker's dozen.
Hope everyone took some time to enjoy a few of them. So we'll be back. We'll be back next year, bigger and better than ever. So until then, Mike, we'll bid everyone a good evening, and we'll talk to you probably in August or September of the fall here.
Adios.
Adios.